Hello everybody, welcome. My name is JitTags, and welcome to the next major update 2 for Hytale. First, we're going to talk about the cosmetics and customization upgrade that we just got. Our new avatar customization options include a bandit mask, a side knot, a blindfold, and a thick variant, a bandage blindfold, and it comes in various different variations of thick, left eye, and right eye. We have vampire mouth, cute mouth, orc mouth. They also added white color to the fantasy cotton cosmetic colors. Okay. Let's head over to our character. And let's look at all the new things that they added. So a mask. Where would a mask be? Oh, there we go. We have blindfold. We have the face mask. We have the bandage blindfold. All of these things have been added. They added the eye patch. They added the bandit mask. So if you want to be V for Vendetta, you can. Well, actually, it wouldn't be V for Vendetta. It would be the Legend of Zorro. That is a mistake on my part. I meant the Legends of Zorro. I'm honestly going to be taking that off. While cool they may be, it's not something I'm interested in at the moment. We also got the orc mouth. So the mouths should be... That's beards. Where are the mouths? Mouths. Oh, hey, we got the orc mouth. And we got the vampire mouth. Nice. Very, very nice. Also got a cute mouth, which is this one as well. Not really seeing much of a difference because I do have a beard. So I'm just going to stay with my neutral mouth. Okay, they added white color to fantasy cotton cosmetic colors. So, how do we check that? I believe if we go to any type of fantasy item, there should be white. Yep, there you guys go. We have white. Just to check, I just put it on the test if they actually did add any type of white. So we do have a clear white. Now I'm gonna put my pants back on. Oh, my pants. Alrighty, next we have the single-sided pigtail. We have the hair stick bun, the simple bob cut, the fighter buns, the smart elven, and the windswept. So all of these are visuals for the following haircuts. So for the following haircuts, it's not the twin tails, it's actually the single-side pigtail that they added a visual to. There's so many here. This is kind of hard to look through and see which one it is. Single-side pigtail. It's a ponytail. The buns, no. Oh, here's the smart elven. Smart elven and the windswept. So we have both of those. So they added visuals to both of those. Oh, here they are. The side ponytail. So we have the side ponytail. I'm pretty sure it's like over here with my hat. I should probably take off my hat to show you guys. The pony buns, the fighter buns, and then we have the puffy ponytail. And I think that was it for the new updates just for cosmetics and customizations, besides adding armor, which I'm going to go ahead and do right now when we load into our world, which is we can change our visibility or toggle our equipped armor, which is great for if you want to be an immersed PvP person or you want to enable or disable it for your servers. You can do that now. And improve the animations for caps as well. I'm actually going to just go back and put my character regular. I'm going to click save. We're going to load up the... Which one should I load up? We're going to do this one for the updates for now. Just for now. Just so we can see all the goodies that they've put in. And so the way we see it is, let's just get like a bunch of cobalt armor. So we have the cobalt armor, and now when we see it, we can literally click toggle on and off to see all the other things. I also saw that they were thinking about adding a way for us to, and we also got that too. So we already got that. So we can toggle all of the armor we want on and off, and we can easily shift click and put it on us as well, as you guys can see. It's a great aspect that they've added to the game. It is very, very, I would say, more of a functionality thing, and people did want it, and I'm happy that they did add it. All you gotta do is just right click on the armor you have on, and it should be equipped if you guys don't already know how to do that. We can easily take it on and off as well, which is really cool. Simplistic things, I love it. Let's just go ahead and throw it on for now. And let's see what else they added. So next, we're going to move on to the gameplay and balance. They added a new item that allows the user to race skeleton minions. So we have to have nearby bone piles. So let's look up a bone pile. Where do we have bone piles? It's a wall. Here we go, some bone piles. And we should be able to have the book. Rekindle of Embers? Is that what I think it is? Now, it could be completely wrong. Nope. I was not wrong. So, just to let you guys know, it is a consumable. It consumes 1 grimoire per minion raised. I will say it's pretty cool. So we can raise skeleton minions from nearby bone piles. All we have to do is just have bone piles and a grimoire. Well, not just a, we have to have quite a few because it does raise a few of them. And we can actually use them to in combat, which is pretty cool. So they did add that. They added Adamite now requires thorium and or cobalt pickaxe to mine. Ooh, that's a new one. So we have some Adamite here. And they're saying that it requires thorium or cobalt to now mine this. Let's go ahead and get us a cobalt pickaxe and a thorium pickaxe. Where is the cobalt? There it is. Okay. Okay. Obviously, there's not going to be anything much there, but let's try and go for our regular wooden. Let's also try out our stone. Our stone, copper, wood, or crude. Sorry, crude and iron. Let's see if we can mine this bad boy out. Oh, I forgot to switch it. Let's put some of these bad boys down. Let's see if we can, mine them. Can we mine this? It's actually not doing anything. There's even a sound cue that you can hear that it will not mine this item. No matter what. Because we can mine this. No problem. We can mine that, but we cannot mine these. So there's a specific sound cue that tells you you cannot mine this item with this pickaxe now. And we can mine it with thorium and cobalt. No problem. No problem. That means that we're probably going to need Adamite for the new mithril whenever we start getting that as well. So that's a cool feature to keep in mind when you guys are out and about mining. Next on the list, has a chance to drop large Praetorian skeleton. Oh, that's for the, sorry, that's for the other thing. Mining and pickaxe progression has been adjusted. Lower tier pickaxes now deal much less damage to higher tier ores. As we just saw, we can't use wooden, we can't use copper, we can't use crude or iron to mine Adamite anymore. So I would say that's an improvement. That's good for us, so you can't just use whatever you want to get whatever you want, because I don't think that's how it should be for the leveling experience of Hytale. Upgrading to a higher quality pickaxe significantly reduces the amount of hits required. So, to test that, Adamite should take 1 hit to just about anything besides volcanic magma rock or something like that. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, magma. So we take Adamite pickaxe and we just play like, I don't know, place like a couple of these. I hope these don't attack me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to be attacked. But if we do switch, this should be a 1 hit, but there is a specific one, not the magma, called volcanic. And that one should actually take a little longer. But right now with the Adamite, it is a 1 hit for just about most items. Cobalt is still 2, and then the other ones increased by 3 to 5. 3 to 5 hits, depending on what you're mining. They buffed polar bears. Are you kidding me right now? They had to buff a polar bear. Gee, golly, what? Where's my sword? Give me a sword. We're gonna have to fight a polar bear. We're gonna have to see how much harder they hit now. Let's find one. I hope we can find one in like 5 seconds, because if we don't, we're gonna have to move on. You know what? I just found one. I was about to say, we could just spawn one too. That thing sounds... not really much of a buff with Adamite. Not really much of a buff. Alright, let's fight like 5 of them now at the same time. We have to do OP self. Oh shoot. That was already the OP. Okay. Why didn't I have the creative options? Oh, that's because we're not in creative. Prefab list. Spawn. Let's spawn a bunch of polar bears. Polar bear. Spawn like, I don't know. 2. 3. 3. Wait, are all 3 of them here? Oh no. Whoa, whoa, they're all there. Okay. Screw it. Oh my god. Did you guys see that massive damage just from 3 of them? Well, like I said, it wasn't really much. We had the Adamite sword. Adamites are an improvement, so I think they're still 2-shot. But they did buff them. They do deal a little bit more damage now. Let's see. They added more decorative light recipes for the furniture bench. Okay, let's pull that up. Furniture bench. That is not what I was looking for. Furnace, nice. Oh, it should be this one, okay. They added more... They added more light recipes. Decorative lights. So, from the last time I saw... Oh, they did add more. Oh, they did. I remember seeing this one, but I think this is new. I remember seeing the chandelier. I don't think I remember seeing the tavern candle, because we just had the regular one. And then there are 2 different types of Farron torch candles. They added a Farron chandelier. I believe that's new. I don't remember a tall bamboo torch either. Or the lumberjack lamp. And I think these temple lights are also new. But that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Let's see what else they added. The following NPCs will now drop medium hide instead of light. Bison, boar, cow, horse, and warthog. So let's go ahead and quickly test that. Let's take our Adamite sword. Let's go ahead and go to our creative tools. Spawn entities. Let's look up a bison. Cool. Let's go ahead and spawn as well as a bison. We spawn a boar. Sorry. Wrong one. I was also my stomach. Also, very sorry, viewers. Bison, boar. Let's also get the cow. The cow. Let's also break out the horse. I don't want to kill the horse. I really don't want to kill horses, but it's also... This is my update in test world, so we should be fine. And a warthog. Alrighty. So the warthog should be... Okay. So we definitely got medium hide for that one. I know the cows definitely dropped light hide before. Yep. They dropped medium hide now. Same thing, medium hide. Only dropped quite a few medium hide. And the warthog also... This isn't the warthog. This is the boar. My bad. The boar, everything's dropping medium hide. We already did the warthog. We already tested the other ones. I'm so sorry. Everything drops medium hide now. Nice. So that's a update and improvement. Already loving it. Thank you, Hytale. The magma toad has been adjusted. Oh no, I know a lot of people were mad about this one. I told you guys not to complain. All you had to do was block. Now it's got another buff. Let's go ahead and spawn one. I clearly need to teach you guys how to block with a against a magma toad. They weren't that ridiculously broken. Trust me, they weren't. Oh, here's one. Oh, mama. Alrighty, let me get some gear on. And I'm going to be using the cobalt because just to show you guys that it's not that hard. It really isn't. Unless you have a crossbow. We're not talking about the crossbow, though. We're talking about just a regular. I'm going to use a cobalt axe. I hope you guys are ready for this one. I should have gotten a shield. Oh, wait. Wait. This is ice. That's actually just an axe. That's my bad. That is my bad. Hold up. We need an axe. We need a combat axe. There we go. Because I couldn't block with it. I was like confused for a second. That cobalt longsword looks like it was just added as well. Like I said, I'm gonna get everything cobalt. I have spears, but we can't craft them yet. I have to get something we can craft. I'll grab my sword. Yes. Yes, sir. Watch. All you gotta do is block. All you gotta do is block. All you guys gotta do is block. You see? Wow. That wasn't so bad, was it? That was not so bad, was it? Look at that. Look at that. You guys are a bunch of cowards. Cowards. All of you. That was so easy. Oh my god. Alright, moving on. All you guys have to do is block. Let him lick you. Get in close. Shield bash him. That's it. Or with the axe, just bash him. Give him a little headbutt. Like, it's not that hard, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, next. The tongue damage has been significantly reduced. Cool. I didn't mind it to begin with. All you had to do was block. And now alternates between a tongue and a headbutt. Loving it. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are not loving that, but I am. Most certainly loving it. Petals are now craftable in the furniture bench under textiles category. So, wait, we just had the furniture bench out. So we can craft petals. Am I missing something? Or do I not know where they're at? Oh, we can. Oh. We can use charcoal to craft the petals. All we need is white petals. Oh. Oh, so if you just need like a specific color, all you got to do is go get the item and it basically dyes the petals for the petals you want. Oh, that's a great feature. Loving it. Like I said, loving it. We're absolutely loving it. Next, we're going to talk about the world generation. Now, at the moment, I don't know how to showcase this besides unless you go into a portal. If you guys do want to see the world generation 2, where's the portal? There it is. And we can go to a specific one. I know a lot of people were saying the silent hedges is actually one of the best ones to use when we want to. We can actually place this on the ground. I don't think that's possible. I didn't think so. But we can also summon the portal. Uses one of ours. And with the World Gen V2 has been prepared for public documentation to help modders. The new default flat and default void templates have been added using World Gen V2. The Creative Hub portal now spawns World Gen V2 flat World Gen. Oh, cool. So if you guys do want to do it in creative mode, you could just hop into it as well. Results in clear weather and limited fog, but only works in new creative worlds. Oh, so I'd have to restart my creative world just for me to have some of that new stuff. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I just have to recreate it. Major factor of ore placement in all zones. You will need to explore new chunks for old worlds to see this change. So we just have to go beyond what we see to see some of the new stuff. And one of the most improved things from what Simon was talking about was more ores are going to be spawning, and they're going to be spawning, and you know which zone it is. The Devastated Lands Underground, which is Zone 4. So with that being said, if you guys do want to explore, you have to explore further than what you've already explored. So it has to be just a little further. Just summon the key fragment. Sorry, I meant to go into this so we could see the World Gen V2, World Generation version 2. And as you guys can see, this is the new World Gen. I know a lot of people are saying that this is probably one of the good ones. I am going to be honest, I don't know. I haven't even explored any of them, let alone just me checking it out. There's already like quite a bit of structures, not too many good items yet. I did see the Shadow Weave. Shadow Weave is actually really good, so we can get that Cobalt. So we got the Cobalt. For Shadow Weave, more Shadow Weave scraps. Let's see what else we got. Let us see what else we got. Nothing. Oh, we have one more. Sorry, one more. But if you guys are looking for specific items or more items or loot chance drop items, they're going to be in here. Or more likely going to be in here. We'll go ahead and go back. So we already talked about the world generation. Now we're moving on to farming. External crops no longer break from accidental weapon damage. They used to do that. Oh, Eternal. Sorry, Eternal. Eternal. I'm going to be honest. I made sure to try to stay away from trying to use my weapons from those Eternal ones, just because I did not want them to go away. But now that I found out that they could accidentally break and we would lose them, I'm happy that they fixed that. If you guys are wondering what a eternal crop is a crop, all you got to do is essentially just keep watering it, just like this one. Just one right here. And the moment you water it, you don't have to replant it. Now, I can't plant it here, but or test it out. I could, but I don't have that much time. But what you can do is you can plant it. Once you plant it, it keeps growing. All you got to do is make sure to water it. That's it. Super easy, super simple. Increased tilled soil lifetime. So instead of it being 1.2 days, they increase it to now at 1.5 days. That's great. I like that. I think I wasn't really worried about the amount of days it had, because what I would do is I would cycle my farm in and out the moment a crop finished growing, just like this pumpkin, and I would immediately just plant something on it. That is a resourceful tip for you guys if you want to start doing it. They fix soil decay under fully grown crops. There was soil decay. Really? Do my crops have soil decayed? My crop soil decayed under... No, that's just that's the top. So soil decay is isn't this a hoe? What the heck? So soil decay is what I mean when this turns to that, I guess you could say barren. If you guys have ever been in a hot place where soil is not naturally formed, like let's say Texas, it's where there's like no water and it looks like there was recently a drought. That's what it means by the soil decay. It looks decayed, it looks barren, it looks dead. So that's what it means by that. They increased it, like I said, from 1.2 days to 1.5 days, which is really good. But like I said, if you guys are planting like me, you plant almost immediately. And just like this, the moment it's done, you mine it up and you replant it. That's what I do. Or I do like, I section it off. So like this section I haven't planted yet, but this section is done growing. I will just go ahead and pick up everything. And I will do sections of it. So this section's ready and then I'll replant it. Just to show you guys what I do in my worlds. I also noticed that when it is raining, your soil will actually get automatically, I guess, watered. So keep that in mind as well. I see a bear off in the distance and I need to go back into creative. Now let's move on to the next part. You can now hold torches in your offhand while you're using the hoe and seeds. So let's grab a torch. We just switch to our torch. And we can do it while we have seeds. Oh, didn't work with the seeds. So it's not in our offhand while we have seeds, but it is in our offhand while we have the hoe. It's not working with the seeds, or it's not working with the eternal seeds. Let's try the other regular seeds. So we found one thing that they didn't do. It works with regular seeds, but it doesn't work with the turtle. Alrighty, there's a little bug for you guys at Hytale that you need to fix, because it works with the regular, but it doesn't work with the eternal. The hoe does, and just about everything else does. I don't get why it doesn't work with the essence of life as well. I'm thinking it's because it's an individual item that they have to put it into, so it's fine. Let's see. Harvested crops can now be placed on the ground when crouching. We couldn't do that before. I never tried it. I've always stood. And I'm curious. It does work. So I just tested it out to make sure it works, but it works. I've never done it before. Why are you crouching and placing seeds? Very questionable. Alright, next. Recipe requirement costs have been adjusted for hoes. Ooh. Now that's a good one. Let's go over to our farmer's workbench. And let's look at the hoes. They have been adjusted. I feel like maybe one more should do the trick. I don't know. That's a good one. Maybe this is the best price for it. Have they decreased the tiers for it, or am I about to read that as well? I read my own. I just thought about that too. So right after that, they just said hoes now unlock at different farming bench tiers. So your copper unlocks at tier 2, your iron unlocks at tier 4, and your thorium unlocks at tier 6. So I think before it was like maybe 2 more for each of them, and then you got stuck with the copper one, which was, I'm going to tell you, bare bones fucking ass. I'm going to tell you guys to it straight. It was ass. And yeah, they've decreased it. So these 2 were out of reach, not even in reach at all. And you had to basically upgrade it all the way up to, I don't know. I think I'm at like 4 or 5 right now, and I might be able to do this one. I think I was 1 more tier off, 1 or 2 more tiers off from the iron hoe. And then I was like another 2 off from the thorium, which is, so it was like basically 6 and 8. But I'm happy about that. They definitely decreased it. So the iron is at tier 4 now. It used to be at tier 8. The thorium got added to tier 6, so that's actually a new item overall that got added to the workbench. And the copper went from a tier 4, so iron and copper were at tier 4, and I have no idea why, but we were stuck with the crude, which is awful for the whole week that we had to deal with it, but I'm pretty sure everybody's happy about that. Either way, you had a dismantler, which could have saved you on, you know, the crude hoe if you really cared that much. I mean, stone and trees are all over the place. If you got a tree farm like me, it doesn't matter. Stone, however, it's everywhere. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's look at these crops. Oh, they're growing. So like I said, the rain does affect, I would say, at least the eternal crops while they're growing, but not the regular. So we still have to water the regular. Excuse you. We still have to water the regular other plants, while the Eternals are already growing. I'm also seeing that they're still sprouting regardless because it is still raining. So I hope that they change that where it is raining and we do get the crops where they get automatically fed that water. That would be another great source. If the devs are listening to me, I'm letting you know now, I would definitely love if the rain affected the crops growth rate just a little bit more, or at least made the ground, I guess you could say, wet, because technically this is dry and this is wet. The Eternals are wet, and I believe they just got wet in the rain, but the regular are dry. So after that, now that we've discussed the farming update, they've done a large UI and UX update. Oh my Jesus, I don't know if I want to go through all of that. That is a large patch file. Oh my God. They improved the editor block tooltip descriptions. Oh no. Editor block tooltip descriptions. That's a lot. That's a tongue twister right there. Oh my God, what is that? Is that a pet collar? We're getting pet collars next? That's great. I'd love to see it. Actually, I don't even know how to craft it. It says farming collar. What the heck? Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, where's the pet collar? Where is it? I'm just joking with you guys. I was just noticing that. I was like, there's a pet collar, but it says farming. So I was assuming the farmer's workbench and it would be in here, but it's not. Maybe it's an unknown item and we have to research it. Maybe. Mayhaps. We may never know. The reason why I'm keeping it like that instead of just automatically unlocking these other, I guess you could say, unknown items from the temple is to see what they keep adding and updating and improving. So I don't want to touch it. I don't want to unlock it because we want to see when they add it instead of, oh, hey, it's already been added. Plus, our crops have been fully grown. Oh, they're not fully grown yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there, which is cool. We get to watch these grow while I talk about the next things that they've added. Tooltips will now display the name of colors when having other color options in the avatar customization menu. Now display the name of colors. Tooltips now display the name of colors. I'm not sure if that's server side or player side. I don't have a way to test it because I don't have another player with me. They made improvements to the visibility of the hotbar. Active slot. Oh, thank you. Thank you. They added, I think they added that little diamond at the bottom if you guys don't already see it. I'm happy that they went ahead and added that. It does look a little more clear, concise. I believe before it was very hard. I actually couldn't tell what item I had. And I had to keep scrolling through my hotbar just like this just to find the item I was, you know, presently in hand. Let's see. Obviously, they made it easier to see. The categories of memories are now sorted alphabetically when being viewed at the Heart of Orbis. So we can actually just summon a Heart of Orbis for this. Heart of Orbis. So we should be alphabetically now. So the moment we start getting our... we don't have any, but I don't think we're going to get any. Which I think is also very interesting. But once you start looking at them now, we should be able to see them in order. So we don't have to go scrolling through, I don't know, 39 livestock just to find the one we're looking for. So bison should be at the top while, I don't know, a rabbit should be at the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see what else they added. They changed the scripted brush QOL improvements. They added missing entries to filters and removed invalid blocks from filters. They fixed various bugs in existing scripted bushes. They added decoration in cave bushes. They removed redundant scripted brushes. Oh, sorry, those are all brushes, not bushes, my bad. Added decoration in cave brushes. Redundant scripted brushes. I don't know why I read bushes. It was actually brushes, my bad. It's a scripted brush. Removed, okay, so updated the jump if block type node to use a single offset instead of a list of offsets. So they changed the specific jump if block type. I'm pretty sure this is for if you guys are using, if you guys are doing world generation. I don't know if you guys have had that issue. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you've had any of those issues while using or playing in the early access stages of Hytale. You guys can always leave a comment down below. And I will try and work and help you in the best way I can possible. I've seen a lot of people seeing issues already on Reddit where the toggle doesn't work. So like, let's say I toggle off my helmet. Some people are saying that it doesn't correctly work where you'll toggle with the different, I guess, camera angles. It actually toggles it back on. So there might be a patch or improvement coming for that soon. If it was already in the pre-release and we saw that it wasn't working and I told somebody to report it, it should be working now. After the brushes, next we have the inventory interaction updates. They added a better double click handling. You can now click faster. Shift clicking on armor can now directly equip the armor. We already tested that out. QERT shortcut keybinds have been added to the inventory for quick actions to pull all, quick stack, or add sort. So they added that to the QERT as shortcuts. So if I wanted to do that, is it a... I thought he was coming after me for a second. Yeah, get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Run away, little rabbit. Run. Run. All right. So it should be here. No. So it's not the buttons. We actually have to go to settings for it in our controls. And those are set for already our abilities. But when we're in the inventory, it should do that. Is what I'm mostly confused about. So this sorts our items. There is no keybind for it, but we can keybind it. So we can automatically just sort our items with just one keybind. Shortcuts can now display in the tooltip when hovering over quick action buttons such as sort items by type T. So if we're in here and we have it, I don't have it set up for a keybind. We might have to default reset it just so we can see it in action. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time. An FPS counter overlay option has been added to the settings menu. So if we go to the settings menu, and that should be under gameplay, or should it be under video? Should be under video. No, it shouldn't be under video. That's an interesting one. Oh, here it is. We could actually set it to color-coded. Nice. Monochrome. So you can actually pick a different color, or you could just turn it off. It's completely up to you guys. Me, I'm capped out at about 300 to 400 FPS with this game. It really depends. It depends on where I'm at. It depends on how many different entities or elements are in the area. So I've seen it pretty high on this computer, or my build at least. I'm honestly just going to leave it off for now. If you guys do want me to leave it on, I can. But they did add that. If you guys do want to go to it, like I said, just go settings. It should be under general, and it should be called FPS overlay under user interface, and then just turn it on if you guys do want it on. Next, we have made various improvements to player markers. Player markers now display on the compass. Removed player prefix from the player markers on the map. Player names will always render on the map. Added toggle buttons for map or compass visibility in the map's player list. Players at different heights have a different icon, either up or down indicators in the compass. So we won't be able to see that. I also can't really see my name or just myself when it says you. I'm pretty sure when you're on these other terrains, you won't be able to see other people's names, but it is now showing that it is displaying it. I don't have anybody else in this world, but like I said, it's just for testing, so I won't be able to test specifically players or player specific items because I don't have another person to try it out with at the moment. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, they're working. They added a different, I guess you could say, monochrome to the accessibility, so that if you do have this type of colorblind illness, you can obviously just change it, fix it, tune it to whatever you feel like. And then there is a turn snake models into a hat worm option now. And then there is an arachnophobia one, and I believe it doesn't change it from a spider to something else. It's going to be under accessibility. Where's that going to be at? Here it is. So the arachnid ones, and then if you have this as well, you can also just turn it on. I'm not going to turn it on. I don't need it. I'm not afraid. I actually love the spiders. If you guys don't like the spiders, I'm actually just going to spawn one right here because I I think it's funny. I'm the person who's going to hold a tarantula near you, okay? Not the cave spider. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. He's got 8 legs, 4 eyes, hairy, and they blink. Look at those mandibles. That's great. The type of spider this is supposed to be is not a mammoth spider. It's actually... I don't know which species it's supposed to be. It looks like a crossbreed of a blue web with a tarantula hawk. I don't know. Could be. If you guys know what it is, please leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate which one it is. And last but not least, we have... Oh, this isn't last but not least. We have one more after this. We have audio and visual effects, which is really short. They added all missing and basic Rex sounds. So now the T-Rex has noises. That's great. Something I definitely want to hear when I'm being chased. Let's go here. Spawn entity. Let's go to the Rex. Oh no. Oh my god, did you guys hear the thumping? Huh? Shit! Oh my god! That is terrifying! Oh my goodness, and he's fast! That's great. That's a kicker right there. Updated the bones item, drag drop inventory sound. Bones. Where's bones? Where's a pair of bones? Pile of bones. Oh, hey, look, they did add it. So if I drop it. There you go. They added it to the sound queue now. Let's see. They fixed a bug in Howling Sands cave track. They updated all food particle tints. So I don't know. Can I eat this? I can't eat that. I can eat this. If I can't eat it, please leave me alone. There's a little particle. I don't know if you guys see it, but it's on the bottom. Or it was there. It's a little bit. It's sort of there. But they did add the food particle tints. Maybe if am I just not? No, it's right there. Yeah, we're seeing it. There you go. So they did add a particle to it now. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Very happy that they're adding more and more to this game every single day. Our crops have not fully grown, but we're at the end of this video. So last but not least, we're on to bug fixes and tech stability. Nice. So they went ahead and introduced a server auto update system, including a configuration option for it and new commands for update management. So usually it's just F6. That's just one of the shader texture reloads, but they seem to have added more to the system other than just a texture reload. We added a new update module core plugin and integrated it to the server boot process. So it sounds like what they're doing is they're speeding up the command lines of when you are trying to get into a server. So some servers may have had issues where people were out of their reach and it wasn't fast enough. So what ended up happening was it died. That's what I'm thinking just by reading this these few lines. They introduced a update config to the Hytale server config. These are all for your individual servers, not just their own servers, but this is servers for everybody else as well. If you guys are happening to start or make your own server one day. They added a new shutdown reason, and it's called shutdown reason.update to indicate when the server should restart to apply a staged update. Like I said, servers have to be manually updated, and some people don't even want their servers to be updated. So they're adding improvements all across the board for servers. Sorry about that. They added new update commands to server messages for checking, downloading, applying, and managing updates. That's nice. They have an auto apply warning as well. Updated the release workflow to include launch scripts. So if you are a scripter, they now have scripts as a start.sh or start.bat. Next, they made improvements to rendering shadows to fix various issues. They fixed middle click pick block when the hotbar is full in the creative mode. So they fixed the middle click button. So this would be this one. They did fix it. So the middle click button does work a lot better. It's mostly when we're at the hotbar. The one thing I want them to fix in the hotbar is being able to get rid of all these items. And sometimes what ends up happening is it drops the items while I'm picking it up. So it's one of the things I do want them to fix when we're here. Or also a delete all button for inventory for creative, because having to pick up blocks and drop them, like I said, is kind of annoying. So if they could fix that and fix that fast, I would definitely really appreciate it. They made improvements to rendering shadows to fix various issues. I guess there was a shadow bug. They fixed middle click. We already talked about that one. They replaced it with the slot with the newly picked item. The asset editor will now display documentation in tooltips. Fixed issues with the mantling detection, which resulted in many unintended behaviors. So the mantling, what people did was, I know Spiffing Brit talked about it, but let's say you had a block this high and you wanted to jump to this one, it actually teleport you to the top of the world. So if you guys were using it for that, you can no longer do it. So as you can see, it works with this block, but it doesn't work with this one anymore, even though it is mantling me to this one. So they did fix that. That was one of the bug issues that was prevalent and a lot of people were using. Or like I said, Spiffing Brit also talked about it. He showcased how to do it. Next, what's right after that? They implemented a fix to persist cleared keybinds across sessions. They made some adjustments to improve weather transitions to reduce jarring visuals. They fixed an issue when using teleporters to avoid accidental collisions by applying an offset. I actually saw somebody the other day when they were using their teleporter that it kept glitching them in and out, and it couldn't justify whether or not they were in the teleporter or not, even if they walked out of the teleporter. So I'm happy that they fixed that. They did fix the rail carts, so you can no longer just go underground and speed run. I don't know why you would want to speed run trying to get all of these in one day. I mean, they're adding more stuff. They just added dinosaurs, so you got to go get the dinosaurs again. I don't really get why that's a speed run. Oh. Bed respawning in unlocked chunks has been fixed. It fixes an issue where the collision checks always failed if there was no loaded chunks. So they didn't fix the bed respawning. They fixed the bed respawning in unloaded chunks, but not the bed respawning. Okay, so that's something they're still working on fixing. That's fine. We can wait. Major server stability, validation, ECS, localization, and timeout improvements. They added that. The refining containers now targets the closest block to the water rather than requiring you to aim at a block behind or underwater. Oh, okay. So it's mostly for the canteen, I believe. It could possibly also be for just the wooden bucket as well. But I should be able to go here, and I have to get close enough now instead of just aiming at it. And if it's already been watered, it won't let me water. What? I'm confused. It's still letting me do it. That's interesting. Not too sure about that one. Maybe that one doesn't apply to what I'm thinking about. It doesn't have to deal with this specific container, but it does have to deal with the closest block instead of behind or underwater. Maybe it was specifically underwater. Like, I know the bucket, what it would do is it would actually take up, and it still does it. I guess they're going to fix it, but you don't need it anymore. No, it's still sort of doing it. I'm still seeing that, yeah, it's still sort of doing the same thing. But you can you can still just grab it from anywhere now instead of it, but they still need to fix this part. This is one of the visual issues that's still going on, because you're not supposed to be able to collect water from an infinite source like that, where it just looks like it's draining. Hopefully they'll fix it. Fix some types. Let's see. Fix some types of items displaying oversized placement previews. Haven't seen that one yet. If you have, let me know. Fix an issue with the Berserker haircut texture tiling. Berserker haircuts. We gotta go back for that one. Okay, we'll go back for that one right now. They fixed last textures from inheriting the cosmetic color of their lens highlights. Okay, they fixed that one as well. Added permissions from world map teleporting. Prevents players from sending packets to the server and teleporting anywhere they want without OP. Okay, so that was mostly for servers. So somebody was exploiting something even though they weren't the OP. Emerald Wilds Dungeon and other environments have been fixed. We should be hearing new soundtracks for it. I'm already hearing a new soundtrack just for this area. But it's also for Emerald Wilds. They fixed sending player marker updates while map isn't open. So I guess while the map wasn't open, you would see like a marker update. And you have to have it open, but you'd have to like select the location. And it should be like that. I see that they also fixed this, but like I said, I don't like the white target location and then the white U on your player, because I'm pretty sure if that was a name for other players, we can't tell what that is. Like, we know that it's a major point on the map. I think making it yellow might fix it, or allowing us to change it to a color we would prefer. That would also be great. Let's see, they also fixed player marker flickering when hovered on the map. Other players' names are more readable when zoomed in on the map. Yeah, zoomed in, but why is it that I still can't see that? I mean, I can, but it's very, I would say, a little hard to see what that says, because upon looking at it, that does not look like it says target location. But I'm just saying, I think that needs to be changed to a different color. The same thing with you. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong in the comments down below, but I do think that that does sort of need to be a little changed, just to a different color, just for a lot of older people's appeasements. As you guys can see, like I said, these are Eternals. So Eternals, they should just keep growing. And I didn't know we could place these, but that's cool. We can place wheat.